Did you listen our last class? So if not, will be repeated. Last I talked on the verse 5th and 6th. So special on the 6th, that's a not seeing them, I'm unhappy, and my mind cannot be settled in equipoise. So, okay, then let me repeat briefly what I spoke last time. As we're saying here, the not seeing them, I'm unhappy. So not seeing them, whoever you want to see, whoever you like to see. So last time I'm give example, the like a relation between male and female. The first time when they attract each other, that they have a desire each other, have attachment to each other, then not seeing each other is very unhappy. And then, yeah, and then your mind will be not quiet. It says, and my mind cannot be settled in equipoise. And then your mind is not be calm, right? When it's not seeing each other at the very beginning time, there's unhappy, and then keep thinking each other once not see each other, and every day, every moment wants to see each other, wants to meet each other. So that's how we begin our relationship. And then next line say, even if I see them, there's no satisfaction, and as far as before, I'm tormented by craving. Then try to seeing each other, trying to meet each other in many different ways. And then once you meet each other, then don't want to be separated, and not satisfying staying each other together. Every 24 hours, 7 days wants to be together. Right? So that's the second. This is all talking about the result of attachment, right? That's how it happened. And then, so then after that, what happened? Not satisfying, 7 days, 24 hours, staying together, right? And then after a few years or after a few months, and then slowly you being more satisfying them. And then not really have the same mind which we have a beginning, really wants to meet each other, and then really wants to stay together. That not really have that at the like a few years later. And then instead of having that mind or thought to leaving each other 7 days and 24 hours, then say, don't want to see each other now. It's right? And then don't want to see each other, because then really get familiar with each other and knowing each other, whatever good and good quality and bad quality, everything sees each other, right? The way beginning, they really don't know each other. Only the physical attracted, the external, outside looks good. That's the only makes you relationship. And then once you stay together, then you will see more inside. And then inside, of course, as we are human being, we are ordinary human being, of course, we have a many negative emotion, many mental afflictions, we do have it. Then day by day, years by years, there are, which is you suppress, what do you call, suppress?
Suppress, that's for sure.
Right? Which you suppress way beginning, that's mental affliction, not shows anger or not shows jealousy, everything you suppress it. because of the attachments overcome. Now, staying longer and longer and longer, then you are manifested. You are all this nature inside. Then it's knowing each other, and then disgusting each other. Then don't want to leave each other. Then finally it comes divorce. So this is the how one way to circle. I spoke this last time. How one way to circling it. The way beginnings wants to meet very much, and then once you meet it, wants to stay together always, and staying together longer, then knowing each other more better, and then all these qualities, then turn into the don't want to live together, and looking another one which you want to live together, wants to meet it, then few years later again don't want to stay together. That goes this our relationship is kind of like a changing clothes. So that's the we're having a lot of divorce. This all are the result of attachment. That's the gift by attachment. Okay, you can think that. So, and then what I tried to say last time, after that, that's how we have problem with Zoom. And then how we deal with it. Of course, the Shantideva here continuously teach us more about how to reduce our attachment, you know. But at the I like to say one thing is adding here. It's once you way beginning, once you wants to meet each other together by attachment, by desire, at that moment you have to control. Even you stay together, you have to, there are many things you need to control. So one quote I have from Sakya Pandita's, his treasure of good saying. Say, do not be overly affectionate even to friends. Do not excessively harm even your enemies. Friends' expectations are the basis of resentment. Retaliating against harm is easy for everyone. So actually, the first two lines, do not be overly affectionate even to friends. So even your friends, your relative, cousin, love, brother, sister, whoever, it's don't too much, like it shows that how much you care. You should care it, but you don't have to show too much to how you care it. So no, it's doing and more showing is different. Therefore, it's not really show too much that how much you care it. Do not it means another way to say, do not express all this your emotion at the moment. Control it. And then too much affections. It says it's affectionate. Affectionate and love is same. Care.
It's like it's a synonym.
Caring, right? Okay. So therefore, overly affectionate, it's then you making them to what call take more advantages from you. Once you take advantages from you, if you are still loved, that's okay then. But when people takes advantages from you, then you will don't like that. Then your love will be the decrease, right? So therefore, if so, then you should care way beginning, not overly love, right? Or not overly express all this your love to how much you carry it. control your both the physical behaviors and mental thoughts. That's the one things. Even it says, do not excessively harm even your enemies. You need to control. So, as you are, how much you're controlling those, that much you are having good balance in your life. Not too much um, having like a suffering and not too much happy. It's more balancing. And then another course here continuously saying, when love is what's say lavished, LAVIS.
Lavish is
Yeah.
like put a, to put
Okay.
a lot upon.
Okay. When love is lavished excessively, it becomes the cause of enmity. Most of the dispute in the world arise from such relationship quite often. So this is very good, I think. Let me read it again. Uh, okay, when love is lavish excessively, it becomes the cause of enmity, right?
Yes.
Most of the disputes in the world arise from such relationship quite often, right? Who is more fighting? Who is more shows anger? Who you love? Who you stay longer? So, like children to friends, husband and wife each other's, and then that yeah, I mean, children shows all this anger easily to their parents um, uh, instead of show the strangers, right? So, this is how if we more stay longer, then we are take it easy each other, more disrespect each other because familiaring each other. Then it makes you more like disliking each other. Then it turn into the enemies, right? Therefore, it says most of the disputes in the world arise from such relationship quite often. So okay, that's the very much good. I mean, like a very good advice for us to controlling um, our relationship, and then you can think it's also help us to control attachment, right? Okay, so that's the things. Last time I talked, and also now next, verses 7. Through being attached to living beings, I'm completely obscured from the perfect reality. So how? Right? Through being attached to living being. So now it's like a more teaching us, giving us advice to how to reduce attached to living beings. There are two things, right? Actually, we have attached to living beings and we have attached to things. So the first to how we need to know how to reduce that attached to living beings. That's how we begin here. So through attached to living beings, the fault is completely obscured from the perfect reality. The perfect reality here, the ultimate reality, and then it's obscured to the um, uh, you are obscure to seeing the reality, obscure to understanding the reality because of attachment. Um, so, because once you have a strong attachment, you always have that misconceptual or wrong thought. Means like seeing a wrong view. Another way to say misconceptual or wrong thought or wrong view. because attachment let you see which is dirty, is ugly, or pretty, which is impermanence are permanent, which are the sufferings are happiest. That let us see that way. Once we have a strong attachment, we'll see that. So once we see that everything is opposite of reality, then of course you will not see the ultimate reality because it's obscured. Therefore, simple, the example is it's obscured us to see ugly is pretty, right? And it's obscure to see the ugly is ugly actually. Uh, Therefore, because we are seeing ugliness are the pretty. Uh, so therefore, it's obscured simply, and then also occurs to all this uh, see natural reality, ultimate reality. That's the how it goes because of not just having attachment, because having I mean like having just not directly the attachment obscure to us to see the reality. The attachment let us have that misconceptual thought. Attachment let us arise to have a wrong view. That wrong view and misconceptual thought to obscure directly to us see the ultimate reality or all these other realities are. Right? So therefore attachment is obscured because the main cause, the source is the attachment, right? This is how it says. Then my dissolutions with the circle existence perishes, and in the end, I'm tortured by sorrow. My delusion with the circle existence here, uh, you can say, um, for example, here, when we have uh, the big problem and suffering with having, let's say, relationship each other, and then somehow, as I earlier explained it, we are disgusting. Now, finally, we are disgusting to having relationship with each other. Then really you are disgusting. You don't want to do it, right? And then after all this, you're overcoming that present suffering, which is separating from your relationship. So you overcome by suffering, then again the attachment lets you see another one is attachable. And then when you see that your attachment is strongly manifested and like a become more strong, how much your attachment is strong. Again, earlier you have very much disgusting to having relationship. Now you're totally forgetting it because of the attachment. You totally forget that, right? So this is the how it says like um, my disillusions, circle existence perishes. Um, and then this is again the one simple example which we can understand each other understand, and then similarly it also can dissolute it to renunciations. Once you have dissoluted or um, destroying your renunciation, or you are disgusting on samsaric suffering, then you will never have that what called liberation, right? So only that you will have is, say here, I'm tortured by sorrow, and in the end, I'm tortured by sorrow. Okay, so these are the faults of having attachment. It is like a there are a lot, actually a lot at the faults having attachment. Yeah, this is one of these, and then they say by thinking only of them, this life will pass without any meaning. um, right? So by thinking only of them means once you attach to someone, then you are always thinking it strongly and strongly and strongly day by day. So then all your efforts goes to the how you think. All this behavior, your effort, your activities, your daily your daily activities all are goes to how you motivated, how you motivated. So then your motivation is uh, very much thinking about who you like, who you love, right? And then for that you will abandon many meaningful things in your life, right? So it's sometimes people says no, I'm not free today, I have very important things to do. And then what is important? Maybe you might need to be take laundries of your love, right? Laundry, washing clothes.
Yeah, laundry.
Yeah. So because of attachment, see. So let's say someone, okay, can you help me to like I say, I have many animals here. Can you help me to take care of animal? And then usually you do, but when you have very strong attachment to someone, then the people ask you to do laundry. Those are the more important. The doing laundry is more important for you than taking care of animals. It's not really. The reality is not really important than this. Laundry you can go anytime, because of the who asks you. The person is important. That makes even like a very like a small jobs. You making it very important job because of the person is important. That's how it goes in our daily life, right? Uh, so, mm, so that's what I'm saying. Once you have an attachment, it says here, by the thinking only of them, the life will pass without any meaning. So, and this is not really surprise. This is one of the nature of our life, doing these things. Um, as the person is important, whatever that person asks you do, every single things are important for you. If the person is not important for you, whatever they ask you do, even like a very important things to ask you do, you will not see is important. You will reject it many times, right? So therefore, why? Because we are not really carefully thinking. We are not really carefully sees that what I am doing now, because of attachments overcome. Yeah. Um, yeah. So there's sometimes we are um, wrong, wrong understand or misunderstand of which is important and which is not important uh, because of the attachment. So that's just the example saying here. By thinking of only them, the life will pass without any meaning, because every single things which you asked to do is meaningful for you, but which is not really meaning, as I give as like a doing laundry. So, or say, uh, yeah, there are many unnecessary things there when which important people ask you to do. There are many unnecessary things there, but for us, at the moment when we have strong attachment, when we keep thinking of them, every single things are necessary, every single things are important that you have to complete, that you have to finish, you know. So this is the very um, different, right? So once you overcome by attachment, then you will see even the same person asks you to do, somehow you will reject it, somehow you will not reject it, because now you are seeing more because your attachment is over. You overcome by your own attachment. Now, otherwise you don't have a strong attachment now. Therefore, now you see more which is necessary and which is not necessary, which is important and which is not important, right? So I think you understand. They understand?
I would think so.
You understand, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then they understand. Okay. Okay. This is the meaning here. The life is will pass without any meaning, and life will pass with sorrow, right? Life will pass with suffering. That's how happening. Okay. So will even destroy of the dharma, which leads to permanent depression. Yes. So then depression is not important for you. And then I think you understand. Yeah, which is very important are not important for you. Which is important, not important are important for you, because once we have attachment, we see that way. Okay. Knowing that, so how attachments diluting to us, our attachment to making slave, right? Yeah, it's how it makes slave to us. If you understand that, then should you should not listen it, or you are more carefully think two times, second time, or you can think few time again and again before you do anything. Okay, so takwa me sheki will even destroy the dharma, is it you permanent? Uh, okay, sorry, and I forget one. Furthermore, impermanent friends and relative will even destroy the dharma, which leads to permanent depression, right? So the impermanent friends and relative, um, um, that the friends and relatives are always changing. The friends is not always friends. The relative is not always relative, right? So if we talk the relative in only the our blood connections, then there are many of them relative who you are not see the relative, because our blood connection is there are many similarly blood group, right? Um, all this blood group might be your relative then, or there is there any similar gene?
Yeah, you could say like from a genealogical perspective, your family tree is very extensive. Like it's very big. There's many people that you don't know.
Yeah, many people that you don't know, they are also relative, right? Um, so if we talk about the just gene and the blood, or we can talk about the relative is who are benefiting or not, then also it's not necessary to have the same parents, right? So there are many of them who are more kind to you than uh, your same parents, right? That possibility. Therefore, it's change. The relatives change. I'm not talking the previous life and future life. Definitely, the future life definitely will change the relative, completely change it. So, but even this life, the relatives are changed. When if you're thinking more benefit and harming relative or not, then once relatives harms to you, then that not relative is changed, right? And what you're thinking is not really relative because of the blood and gene, then there are many. There you are similar gene and blood. It should be relative, but we're not thinking it's changed, right? So therefore, easy to understand the friends are changing, and also we should understand the relatives are changing, and that's the one way to change it. Another way to changing is like all this impermanent has to be separated from us, right? Even friends separating from us, and then relative as well. There are no way which is not separating each other because of the final ending of life will make us separate. Even we are not separating this lifetime. I mean, like, while we have a life, but at the ending of life, definitely makes us separate. Therefore, there are no way that we couldn't be separate, right? We have to be separate each other. That's the change. But this life you are spent for try to attend some kind of good quality or and then of course there's liberation. Then never change it. Once you get it, never change it. Never affect it also. Other way to say, never change it because never affected you. It's always peaceful, right? So therefore, so we are too much attaching and difficult to let it go, which is naturally changing it, which naturally will be go, is which naturally will be disappeared. But we are not having desire or aspiration to attend liberation, which is remaining forever. So that's the how we are afraid, we are scared to try to do like a practice of attaining liberation, because we are scared to separating from samsara, because we are very much afraid and scared to separating from our samsaric life, samsaric relationship. So therefore it will be then actually they are it's exactly say will even destroy the liberation dharma, the which lead the dharma liberation, right? Okay, that's the one things. And then next, One moment they are friends.
Can I ask a question? So it's not the actual people who are stopping, who are destroying the Dharma, it's how you are attached to them, right?
She's saying like, it's not the people that the third party that's destroying the Dharma. It's your attachment to them that's destroying the Dharma.
Oh yeah, yes, your attachment. Your attachment is destroying.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, then next say, if I behave in the same way as the childish, I shall certainly, right, proceed to lower rank. And if I am led there by those unequal to the noble ones, what is the use of entrusting myself to the childish? The childish is, you can think that when we talk about practitioner, they are like a small capacity, medium capacity, or like a great capacity practitioner there, right? I don't think these all practitioners are childish. Now, who is the childish? Then uh, who really understand the the reality, who really lack of understand the reality, and who are even not in small capacity, very small and small capacity. These are more act like a childish. Um, and then who are um, who are, yeah, another way say who have lack of careful to other, who have lack of concerning to other, and who have very much strong self-centeredness, only thinking on self every day, every moment. Um, and then who have all this like very ego. So these are the childish because um, they cannot accomplish their own wish. Once people have a strong self-centeredness, right? Self-centeredness or selfish, so they cannot accomplish their own wish. So they very much wish to have to happiness, but that's exactly do opposite one. That's not how it's childish. They don't know how to wish fulfill their own, and they don't know how to accomplish their own aims. Uh, so always doing like opposite and wrong. That's the childish. And then think uh, who we are. Then are we childish or not? And then I don't think that everyone here, including myself, will accept I'm childish, right? No one there. No one says, "Oh no, I'm not childish." No, I'm doing perfectly. I'm doing everything's good. If so, then why it's happening a lot of problem in your life, right? So therefore, it says, if I behave in the same way as a childish, I shall certainly proceed to lower realms, because you are all these the actions, attitudes, behavior will be turned into the more negative because of you are doing all this action based on ignorance. And ignorantly, whatever you do, that resolve, um, the most of the time results goes wrong, right? So therefore, your actions will turn into negative, your karmas turn into negative. Therefore, you are um, uh, rebirth in lower realms, proceed to lower realms. So, and if I'm the lead there by those, it's not interesting. Someone cooking tea here. Okay. Um, see what here. Okay. If if I am led there by those unequal to noble ones, what is the use to untrusting, right?
Interesting.
Entrusting myself to the childish. Okay. Thus, you can think that also entrusting myself to the childish, we say, evil friends, right? Or you can say the friends which is always disturbing to your practice, which is good things you're doing it, and always disturbing and obscure to having good quality to you. These are the concept here to childish, and then it's a if I'm led there by they're equal to noble ones, then what is the use to entrusting myself to the childish? Shouldn't do it, and then you one thing is you stay away from that. This is the how you do it. Okay, because the childish friends are like this. One moment they are friends, and in the next instant they become enemies. This is very clearly. This is. I don't think we have to explain a lot on that because we know very well, uh, because we do have experience. One moments, right? The one moments, like say you you inviting friends to your house for having lunch or dinner, sitting together, and you eating. While eating, you talking. Then you say something wrong, they turn into the enemy. Or you're inviting them to your house for um, whatever, then you are not respectfully inviting them. When they come to your house, you are not respectful. You are treating like a very uh, with the bad manners. Then again, it's turned into the enemies, right? And then enemies, your enemies, sometimes one of your smile can change them to friends. Sometimes your gift, sometimes your help, sometimes your patience, sometimes your compassion can change them to friends. So this is not really reliable. There are no essence to too much attaching with the friends and hatred to friends, enemies. There are no essence because it says it's one moment, instantly change it. Therefore, I'll always sharing this. Once my friends are turned into the more uh, not really say enemy, when my friends are turns to like a wants to stay away from me or separating from me, I was saying it's okay. They will come back. They will come back. That's what I'm thinking, right? And when my friends are really serving me and helping me, I think it's okay. Could be they become again, be a separate from me. Therefore, um, you will be happy once your friends help. You will be sad once your friends turn into the um, separating from you. But not strong sad, but not strong happy. That makes balance again, right? So therefore, as we knowing the changing always, then don't have to be sad too much, don't have to be happy too much. So therefore, this is the one way. This is the how what is happening with us every time. One moment they are friends, and then the next instant they become my enemies. That's very true. So, um, and then, special the next one is since they become angry even in joyful situations, it is difficult to please or ordinary people, right? So, so also I met the few people here, and they're sharing to me very much their own suffering. But when I try to talk to them to about the solution with our mind training, Buddhist idea, or solution with virtuous activities, they really don't like this. Very much against. That's it. Again, you talking me to Dharma. Well, that's that much is against, right? And and then how? What do you have a solution then? It's okay. You can against the my Dharma talk or my advice from Buddhism, with all this mind training. It's okay, no problem. But what do you have solution to overcome by your own suffering? Some people are very conservative. Conservative.
You mean conservative?
They're very much attached on their old fashions.
They're old fashioned?
Yeah,
Yes, this is like conservative.
conservative. Yeah. So there are people very the conservative. Then they're not. They don't want to try anything new because they don't believe. And even the foods, they don't want to try to eat new foods. Um, but this is more circling faster between suffering to suffering, right? If you try something new, maybe not even still we are circling suffering to suffering or suffering by suffering, but not that fast. Um, this is the how it's happening. And then there are very many people there, many people there. They are suffering. They are suffer actually, and then but their solution is only they try to do what they knows earlier time. They never try something new, right? They never try something new. They always try same things again and again. Then there are no new solution to overcome by their own suffering. Then how come it's overcome by suffering? Therefore, Shantideva very clearly says that here, since they become angry, even in joyful situations, means joyful advice or joyful activities or joyful like a good the best solutions, very effective, very useful solutions. Um, but once they have angry, then there are no way to please them, right? So it's difficult. This therefore actually think that this teaching is talks in which century, Shantideva? Uh,
I don't remember.
I think like a fourth, fifth century, but very, very long,
8th century.
8 centuries, right? Okay. Yeah, Shantideva talks in the 8th century. The people are there, same like these, still exist today, will exist. That's why I'm saying if we know the nature of samsaric, then we can deal with the many things easily. So therefore, Shantideva knows that the who is how they acted, samsaric beings, how many there, how many different type of there, and how they acted. So it's exactly there, right? So it's even it talks in the 8th centuries, it's still like a fresh, because yeah, okay. So then as well as you having anger to person who you giving you the good advice, who helping you, and then yeah, then no one help you. Right? Because it's a little bit uncomfortable to helping. Or we don't know which way to help. And then there are no one help, and there are no one help, then you are only by living by yourself, or feel having feel loneliness and all other sufferings is arises day by day. Oh yeah. Actually, as I said, I meet few are here, but I believe that lot in this world who difficult to please, very difficult to please. Doesn't matter whatever, very difficult to please. So and then see again, the next one is exactly um, the emphasis on this line with the more details. It says here. Um, they are in ways of superior, competitive with the equal. Oh no, sorry. Where is it? Oh yeah, they are angry. They are angry when something to be something of benefit is said, and they also turn me away from what is beneficial. If I do not listen to what they say, they become anger and hence proceed to lower them. Okay. Okay, I will take time for discussion or question answer.